Okay, now we see the measurement procedure, okay, using a vernier calipers. So when the vernier calipers is given or when it is used for taking some measurement, so first thing is you need to check for the zero error. So you need to check whether it is having some zero error or not. So if it is not having any zero error, then well and good. You don't need to do anything. You take the reading directly. So if it is having zero error, then you need to find out which kind of zero error it is. If it is a positive zero error, then you note down the zero error and also you note down the correction to be made at the end of the each measurement. So if it is a negative zero error, again you need to do the same thing, note down the zero error and then also note down the correction to be made, okay, at the end of the each measurement. Now determine the least count of the given vernier calipers. So that you can do by using two formulae, either by using the first one, that is 1 main scale division minus 1 vernier scale division, for which you need to calculate, okay, both the values, 1 main scale division as well as 1 vernier scale division. Okay. Otherwise, the simplified formula we have, that is least count is equal to 1 main scale division divided by the number of vernier scale divisions. And if the given vernier calipers is the standard one, okay, just remember that, okay, in the case of a standard one, 1 main scale division is of 1 mm and the number of vernier scale divisions, that is 10. Therefore, it will be 1 by 10, that is 0.1 mm. Okay. Now place and fix the object tightly between the jaws. Okay. If it is for the external dimension, then you place between the two external jaws. So if it is the internal dimension, then okay, you place the object in between the two internal jaws. Otherwise, if it is the depth of the hollow part of the object, then in that case you need to use the tail of the vernier calipers. Okay, so once it is fixed, so for example, in this case, we take the object for which we need to find out the external length. So for that, we need to place the object between the two jaws, and then we need to fix the object tightly between the two jaws, and we take the readings. So we need to find out the length of the given object. What is the meaning of length of the given object? Just remember that we are finding the distance between these two zeros, this 0 and this 0. Okay. Now if you look at the main scale, already we know some length, that is 2.1 mm, but we don't know this length. Okay, from 2.1 to the 0 of the vernier, that is we need to find out here. Okay, now the total length of the object is the combination of two readings. Okay, that is total length is equal to the main scale reading that we note down from the main scale plus the vernier scale reading. Okay, that is the part, a small gap between 2.1 and 0, and that is calculated by using the vernier coinciding division into the least count. So now 2.1 mm is the main scale reading, and vernier coinciding division, it is 6. Okay, this one, 6th division, into the least count, since it is having 10 divisions and main scale division is of 1 mm. Therefore, the least count is 0.01 mm. Therefore, 6 into 0.01, that gives 0.06. Therefore, total reading will be 2.16 centimeter or 21.6 millimeter. So this is how we take the readings using vernier calipers. We have seen the measurement procedure for using the vernier calipers. Let us now take the measurements using vernier calipers practically. So I have a vernier calipers. You can see that the main scale, okay, this is the main scale, which is having the divisions mainly in centimeters on the lower side and then in inches on the upper side. So we mostly use the centimeter divisions, and each centimeter is further divided into millimeters. There are 10 divisions for every centimeter. Therefore, the smallest division on the main scale is 1 millimeter. Now, if you see the vernier scale is having the 10 divisions. Now, if we follow the measurement procedure, what is the first step? So we need to find out the zero error of the given vernier calipers. So for that, we have to close the two jaws. That means the two jaws should be in contact, and then we need to check the alignment of the 0 of the vernier scale with the 0 of the main scale. So if you see the alignment, the 0 of the vernier calipers is exactly coinciding with the 0 of the main scale. Therefore, there is no zero error for the given vernier calipers. Next step is to calculate the least count of the vernier calipers. We have seen that the smallest division on the main scale is 1 mm, and there are 10 divisions on the vernier scale. Therefore, the least count of the vernier calipers, that is equal to 1 main scale division, or the smallest main scale division divided by the number of vernier scale divisions, that is equal to 1 by 10, that is equal to 0.1 mm. Now, I have an object for which we are going to take the measurements. So for this object, we can find the total length of the pipe, and we can also find the thickness of the pipe, for which we need to take the readings for external diameter and then the internal diameter, so that I can find out the thickness of the pipe. Now, if you observe the pipe properly, there is a circular disc kind of obstacle lying somewhere in the middle of the length of the pipe. So you can see from both the sides. So we can find out the thickness of the circular disc that is lying somewhere in the middle of the pipe. For which, what we can do is we can find out the depth of the disc, or the position where it is lying exactly from both the sides. If you add both the depths and subtract it from the total length of the pipe, you can find out the thickness of the disc kind of thing. Okay, now we go for the measurements. So first of all, we take the measurements for the length of the pipe. Okay, next we go for external diameter and then the internal diameter, and then we find out the depths, okay, from both the sides. Okay, the first one. So for finding the total length, you place the pipe and then fix the two jaws. Now we take the readings here. So if we observe the readings for finding the length of the pipe, you can see that the zero of the vernier scale is exactly coinciding with the 5 centimeter line. Therefore, the length of the pipe is exactly 5 centimeters. So here we don't need to calculate the reading for the vernier scale. So here the exact length of the pipe is 5 centimeters. Now we go for the external diameter. So for finding the external diameter, you place the pipe between the two jaws like this, and then we take the measurements. So now if you observe the scale, you can see that the main scale reading is 1.5 and the vernier coinciding division is 9. Now we go for the internal diameter. For that, we need to insert the pipe on the two internal jaws and then open the jaws. And if you observe the two jaws, they should be touching exactly on the opposite sides of the internal part. Now we take the readings. The main scale reading is 1.2 and the vernier coinciding division is 3. Now we go for the depth. For finding the depth, I just place the pipe and then I close the two jaws until the pipe comes in contact with the main scale. Now we take the readings for this depth. The main scale reading is 2.4 and the vernier coinciding division is 1. Okay, now I reverse the pipe and then I find out the depth one more time. So for this, we take the readings. The main scale reading is 2.4 and the vernier coinciding division is 6. So by using these readings, now we are going to find out the thickness of the pipe and then the thickness of the circular disc that is lying somewhere in the middle of the length of the pipe. Now we go for the calculation part. I have shown all the readings in a tabular form. We also note down the least count of the vernier calipers, that is 0.1 millimeter or 0.01 centimeters. And this picture you can see on the left side, that shows the cross section of the pipe for which we have taken the measurements using the vernier calipers. We have taken the readings to find out the length, that is capital L, of the pipe, and the external diameter, that is D1, and then the internal diameter, that is D2. And also we found depth from both the sides of the pipe, that is D1 and D2. And here, after finding the diameters, we also find out the thickness of the pipe, that is D1 minus D2 by 2. And by using the depths, that is small d1 and small d2, we find this thickness, okay, that is denoted by small t. So we have taken the measurements to find out the height of the pipe, external diameter, internal diameter, and then the thickness of the pipe, and then the thickness of the circular disc. So we have the readings of main scale as well as the vernier scale. To find out the total reading or the final measurement, we need to add both the readings. And the vernier scale reading is calculated by using the multiplication, that is vernier coinciding division with the least count. And we write down the formula, that is the total reading is equal to main scale reading plus VCD into LC. First of all, we find out the length of the pipe. So here, for finding the length of the pipe, the main scale reading is 5 centimeters plus the vernier coinciding division is 0 into the least count, that is 0.01. I am taking in terms of centimeters. Since the vernier scale reading is 0, therefore the total reading will be the main scale reading itself. Therefore, the length of the pipe is 5 centimeters. Next, we go for the external diameter. To find the external diameter, we take the main scale reading, that is 1.5 plus vernier coinciding division, that is 9 into the least count, that is 0.01. Therefore, okay, the reading will be 1.5 plus 0.09. Okay, therefore the external diameter will be 1.59 centimeter. 1.59 centimeters. Next, we go for the internal diameters. So to find the internal diameter, we write down the main scale reading, that is 1.2 plus VCD, that is 3 into the least count 0.01. Therefore, it will be 1.2 plus 0.03, that is equal to 1.23 centimeters. Okay, so internal diameter is 1.23 centimeters. Now, by using these two readings, that is the external diameter and the internal diameter, we can find out the thickness of the pipe. So here, if you subtract D2 from D1, that is D1 minus D2, that gives double the thickness. Therefore, to find out the thickness, we need to divide it by 2, that is D1 minus D2 by 2. So here, if you find out D1 minus D2, that is, okay, 9 minus 3, that is 6, 5 minus 2, that is 3, okay, 1 minus 1, that is 0.36. Divide by 2, okay, that will be 0.18. 0.18 centimeter or 1.8 millimeter. So we note down the value, that is either 0.18 centimeter or 1.8 millimeter. Now, to find out the thickness of the circular disc, we have the depth, that is D1 and D2. So we calculate the D1. For that, we have the main scale reading, that is 2.4 plus the vernier coinciding division, that is 1 into the least count, that is 0.01. Therefore, this will be 2.41 centimeters. This is the value of D1. So if you go for D2, that is main scale reading, that is 2.4 plus vernier coinciding division, that is 6 into the least count, that is 0.01. Therefore, it will be 2.46 centimeters. Okay. So here you just note down the values of D1 and then D2, 2.41 centimeter and then 2.46 centimeters. Now we need the thickness. So first add D1 and D2 and subtract D1 plus D2 from L. That gives the thickness of the circular disc, which is somewhere in the middle of the pipe. Small t is equal to L, that is 5 minus of D1 plus D2, that is 2.41 plus 2.46, that is 4.87. So if you subtract 4.87 from 5, it will be 0.13. 0.13 centimeters or 1.3 millimeters. I hope you have understood how to use the vernier calipers and the way to take the readings and do the calculations to get the final results.